One man has spent his entire life searching for someone strong enough to make him feel something during a fight. The other man has spent his entire life becoming strong enough that no fight can ever truly challenge him again. Today we are putting Goku, okay, so I want to be upfront about something before we start. This debate has been running since One Punch Man first aired in 2015. And the reason it never fully dies is because these two characters exist in completely different storytelling frameworks that were never designed to intersect. Goku is a character whose entire arc is about pushing past limits. Every saga he hits a ceiling and breaks through it. His power is always finite but always growing. Saitama is a character whose entire arc is about what happens after you already broke every limit. His power is the joke. The point of Saitama is that he already won before the fight starts. So let me give both sides a genuinely honest case, and then tell you what I actually think the answer is. Goku's case. Why he is a real argument. Let me make the strongest possible case for Goku first, because he deserves it. Goku's power scaling by the end of Dragon Ball Super is genuinely staggering. Ultra Instinct is not just a power-up. It is a complete transformation of how he exists in combat, his body moving and reacting entirely independently of conscious thought, responding to threats before his mind even registers them. Multiple gods of destruction, beings who casually erase planets and solar systems as a baseline, watched Ultra Instinct Goku fight and reacted with genuine alarm. His combat experience across decades of fighting literally the strongest beings in multiple universes means his tactical sense is as sharp as his power is enormous. He has come back from situations that should have been unwinnable more times than I can count, specifically because his ability to read a fight and adapt mid-battle is almost unparalleled. And here is the honest angle that Goku fans do not always lean into enough. Goku's power has a ceiling at any given moment, yes. But that ceiling is currently sitting somewhere in the range of beings capable of affecting multiple universes simultaneously. That is not a small number. If any character in anime could find a way to keep pace with Saitama through pure adaptability and sheer will to keep getting stronger in real time, it is Goku. That is a genuine, honest argument. Saitama's case. Why the answer is what it is now. Here is where it gets uncomfortable for the Goku side of this debate. Saitama's power is never given a number. This is not an accident. Tatsuki Fujimoto deliberately chose never to quantify what Saitama can do because quantifying it would create a ceiling. And Saitama does not have one. The joke of One Punch Man is that Saitama removes his limiter. Not his current power limiter. The fundamental limiter that applies to every living creature, the biological and psychological ceiling that prevents any being from exceeding a certain threshold of growth. Saitama removes that concept from himself entirely. This means every time Saitama throws a punch, we genuinely do not know how strong that punch is, because it is always exactly as strong as it needs to be to end the situation. Against weak enemies, he barely tries. Against someone like Boros, the strongest opponent he had faced at that point, his serious punch released enough force to split Earth's cloud cover across the entire planet from a single strike. Here is the specific problem for Goku. Ultra Instinct's reactive defense works because Goku's body responds to incoming threats. But to respond to a threat, the threat has to register as something his nervous system recognizes as dangerous. If Saitama throws a serious punch and the output of that punch is simply beyond what Ultra Instinct's biological threat response can recognize and react to in time, the defense does not engage properly. A threat your body cannot categorize is a threat your body cannot defend against. And Saitama's power has never been categorized. By anything. Ever. The honest verdict. Okay, so here is where I land on this, honestly. On a narrative level, Goku wins the better story. His journey, his growth, his emotional investment in every fight, it is one of the greatest character arcs in fiction. If you put these two in a story together, Goku gives you something to root for in a way Saitama almost by design cannot, because the whole point of Saitama is that he has already passed the rooting for stage. On a mechanical level, within the rules their respective universes actually establish, Saitama wins. Not because Goku is weak. Goku is extraordinarily strong. But because Saitama's power is defined specifically as having no upper limit, and Goku's power, for all its enormity, exists within a framework that always has a next level to reach. There is always a stronger form Goku can push toward. That means there is always a ceiling somewhere above his current position. Saitama's whole thing is that he does not have one. The uncomfortable truth is that this matchup was never really a fair comparison, because one character exists in a story about surpassing limits and the other exists in a story about what happens after all limits are already gone. Saitama wins. But Goku's the better fighter in every way that actually makes for a good story. So that is my honest take. Saitama wins on pure power mechanics. Goku wins as the better, more interesting, more emotionally satisfying fighter to watch. And honestly, both of those things can be true at the same time without either character being disrespected. They are just built for completely different stories. And maybe that is exactly why this debate never ends.
Do you agree?
Or do you think Ultra Instinct actually changes this equation? Drop your take in the comments right now. I want to see both sides going at it down there. Subscribe for more anime versus breakdowns every single day. I will see you in the next one.